Jolan True, everyone. Welcome back to Trekyards. He is Sub Commander Cockings.
He's Grand Admiral Foley.
Oh, I got a promotion.
Well, I mean, Romulans, as we saw in the episode, they backstab and they go hot. So you're very successful at your endeavours.
I would have been happy with Commander Foley, but hey, it's fine. Yeah, today we're talking about a Romulan ship. A new Romulan ship, yet an old Romulan ship, yet a Romulan ship that never existed, but now does. It's an oddity. But it's fun to see, finally. And we're going to talk about it because we love ships. What are we looking at today, Samuel?
Yeah, you'll be... Boy, lower decks, man. I mean, what's great about their art design versus, say, Prodigy, Prodigy, is that they don't have to do a tremendous amount of detail to make a nice-looking ship in their art style. So they do keep doing this. New ships, new stations, new designs. We've talked to Mike McMahon personally several times, and he often says, I just keep writing stuff in, and they keep making it, which you could do. But you could, when you do more seasons, you reuse stuff, or not, because they could have reused the Romulan Valdor variant, which is also John Eve's variant from Crisis Part 3, would have been fine. Or the Pterodactyls from earlier seasons, or no, just doing the whole new ship. Amazing, and this has a ton of legacy. I've known about it for years. I remember seeing a sketchbook a long time ago. I don't think when I was younger, obviously I didn't do this show because I was younger. I always registered it as an interesting concept, but never obviously looked in depth or did this with you or so it's fun for any normal fan, but for people like us who love ships, I think it's a very special treat and is a semblance of why Lower Decks is a gem. What do you think?
Absolutely.
When you saw it?
Well, I was happy to see it. We saw it in the trailer, I believe. And we were... I think we did. I was prepared for it. Anyway, regardless, any Andrew Probert design is pretty cool and very well thought out, generally. So for Mike McMahon to include that was amazing. So I was happy to see it for sure. Not sure I'm the biggest fan of the design. I mean, I think that the Pterodactyls that we actually got was a much better idea. But as a variant or another fleet ship, I think it's great. And if we had seen this as a Pterodactyls in TNG, I think it just would have been like normal for us, so that it wouldn't have mattered, right?
Would have flipped it the other way around. The Pterodactyls, this one, crazy.
So yeah, I don't think the ship has a name or anything, but to see it come to life more or less on screen was very cool. So, Andrew Probert,
what a absolute legend! Of course, first picture is the direct sketch from the olden days. Almost identical to what the final one looks like. Here are a variant sketch, I'm not sure if it's before or after, the final sketch plus scale, and how it appeared in a Ships of the Line element, which was also made into video as well for the Ships of the Line animated version, so it did get a life after, although clearly a bit of a different version. So here's three iterations, and we'll compare them in a second to the real one.
I'd forgotten about the first prototype one that we have here, but it's a very unique design with the disc being, vertical instead of horizontal. The second one seems more like what we got in Lower Decks, although we will do a look in a second. And yeah, I forgot about the Ships of the Line one, but you're absolutely right. This was actually imagined and brought to life in that. So, and that's a very awesome design. I really do like that one. So, yeah, I completely forgot about Ships of the Line. Thank you for including that.
That's what we do. Yeah, it's interesting because obviously at the time, this was a variant, but it's quite highly detailed. He obviously utilized the exact same split hull, nacelles, and top of the nacelle, top of the secondary hull detail, which of course is now to the right-hand side in this orientation. Same exact details as the Pterodactyls, right? So it is almost Pterodactyls on its side. The head beak is radically different, which is really cool. The right-hand side for the calendar, everything's different now. Everything. But it's thematically the same shape. So clearly it was I believe Andrew did this actually as well, I believe. So it was let's on a fresh ship versus a Pterodactyls alternate. So it's interesting to see, what it could be like from a fresh perspective, and having a split Bassard, etc. is interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, and Andrew did do this one. This is, even says right there, image.
So it's fun to see it sort of remade with years of hindsight and just let's make a fresh design, because a kit bash isn't innately a new design, it's a variant of what could be. So if you design it fresh, it's amazing to see sort of almost 3 iterations of the same concept over the years. Because of course this is what we got, which already I can tell is not the same again, I feel like we have to go straight to the comparison, though. The three shots at the left is obviously version 1, which have now flipped. Version 2 is the middle, it was a real now canon one. Version 3 is Andy's redo. Also, Andy had nothing to do with the middle one, but that's now the canon version. Thoughts?
Well, Andrew's one from Ships of the Line can still exist. It can be just a different variant, right? So the Lower Decks one seems like a smaller class of ship just by the window scale, honestly. Because if the other one's anywhere close to the D'Deridex size, which you can see it framed by 2 D'Deridexes, would be much larger. So the difference in the shape of the head of the ship is fine with me. And you can see those windows. It does not appear to be a big ship. This is not probably one of the capital ships. This is more like a scout or, a destroyer or something.
Or smaller. A light cruiser that can't land.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're right, but it's really interesting how they've taken the best of both of these worlds, because the details on that secondary hull element are reminiscent of D'Deridex, but the top nacelles are verbatim almost the painting. So they did see both. I did read that Brad from Lower Decks did say the head is meant to be a riff off the Romulan shuttle to kind of give it even more uniqueness yet familiarness.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest that actually. It does look very much like the Drexler shuttle,
and yet still has all the elements from the new painting. So it's already a kitbash hybrid, fresh design after a previous fresh kitbash design and another. Boy, iterations on a theme, eh? And all three are entirely. I could see all three flying next to each other, fully realised, and all would work in different ways, but very effective ways, actually.
I would like to see a massive Romulan fleet shot with actual D'Deridexes clumped together, some of these other ones back further, and then that'd be very cool to see.
Because the way my brain now interprets this, as now you've mentioned the scale, the right-hand side is the ultra-capital ship. It kind of has that scale. The left-hand side is normal D'Deridex scale. It's big, but not too big. And the middle one's a sort of a light cruiser. So you got these 3 iterations of the fleet size. I could see working really well on this.
Yeah, with the one in the middle there, it just feels a lot smaller than the other two.
If they're not windows, then that's silly to draw them looking like windows. Yeah. No, I love it. It was really... I hope we see it again. Given that we haven't seen other ships normally again, the rare one-offs, I don't think we will, but you've got it. Use it. No, I really like it. But it wasn't just the exterior. We did see some interior. Obviously, the torture room is just... It's the same. We know it's going to be the same. I want to look at the bridge, though. This is the bridge. We'll compare in a minute to the one from TNG. Thoughts?
Well, I like the color scheme. I always have liked the color scheme of Romulan bridges. Never a fan of their command chairs, though. They look really uncomfortable. That headrest has always bothered me. But hey, looks small. Looks almost like a bird of prey style bridge as far as size goes, which again speaks to a smaller ship. And I can't really remember what the one in TNG looked like.
Of course, they did make several versions, but we're using Face of Evil because, if that's what it's called, because, they actually built sets, proper sets, versus just a background plate, in essence. What I like about this is the chair's very, very close. You instantly vibe it's Romulan, because, yes, the colours are silly, but bold, okay. I like the fact that the 2 side consoles feel like bird of prey consoles, cheap. We're going to redress them a bit as if it was a downstage. Or we had, parts of them put together from molds that didn't quite, whatever. They're not the same, but they have there's a logical TNG redress vibe to the set in as little as there is versus a really sexy, sleek, because you would normally associate modern Trek, even modern TNG Trek, with sleek, beautiful designs that are like, oh, that's interesting. This feels TNG. It feels basic and TNG and blocky and as it would. And that's really important to me. So I really like the simpleness of it. Here is a comparison. I did scour the episode for a very full with extras long shot. There is none. So these are the best 2 I could find. Yes, the chair's bloody brilliant. Yes, there's a step. The missing lights, but that's okay. And the pillars are correct, although hard to tell. I'm guessing the consoles are there somewhere. I just can't see, but you can kind of vibe. The fact they've got the blue and brown, but reversed for consoles, which I like the logic there. The color scheme, it makes the whole thing very the same, but logically reversed.
Yeah, I mean, there's a grilling on the floor, but I think in the live action, that's a shadow from above.
I think they both are, based on the fall off.
Yeah.
Just such
yeah,
a
it is,
smart
'cause
knowledge.
the commander has it on him.
Yeah. Hey, that's
well.
detail.
They did a really good job, actually. Right down to the Romulan symbol at the back where the MSD would be for a Federation ship.
And of course, that is the Nemesis version, which is accurate. That's what it should be. We've got some in development right now, which again needs the Romulan Nemesis one. So there you go, perfect. I mean, it's what Lower Decks does wonderfully, right? This is the gold magic that we hope they get 7, 9, 12, 15, 27, 100 seasons.
Drastic. As for the lighting, I mean, I prefer darker lighting generally. I do like the TNG one for sure, but maybe it's just a commander's preference thing. I would assume if they were under cloak, it would be darker to indicate that they're under cloak. But they weren't at cloak. He does say raise or initiate cloak or whatever in the episode, and they didn't get a chance to do so. So, it could just be commander's preference. It could be night shift. That's why the red lights or the purple lights at the back are actually green on the day shift and then purple at night. I don't know. You can come up with a lot of reasons to explain it. So,
yeah, wow.
And he was a sub commander as well. I don't think he was a commander, so he's not even a true captain.
The plot thickens, or doesn't, because he gets blown up. Yeah, I mean, I like brighter lit, more office space sets because that's how you do it. I don't think you'd want a dark set because it's less easy to see and hard to read. Hurts your eyes, etc. Nice, there's a reason offices are lit nice because you don't want a darkly lit office.
But you want to focus on your screen and your buttons, so turn the lights down a little bit. So
which is funny because I like bright so I can see them without worrying. I don't have to be like, oh, this is so. I don't like light contrasts. I've always disliked light contrast, so having everything be brighter helps. It's like I have a thing where I look at when I was in school. I used to, if I was tired, see a page in white and black, and the text would start to swirl because the difference between the two colours would just shift and hurt my eyes. That was a thing I had for a while.
Yeah, I prefer this is a whole different conversation. I prefer black background with white or green writing if I have to read instead of a white background.
Well, take a black background with purple text and green buttons. There you go. You're Romulan.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I mean, not much else to say about this. Like you said, it would be cool if we see it again. I'm not sure we will, but I would like to see it in a fleet shot of some kind. That'd be amazing. And actually see the bigger one as well beside the smaller one. That'd be a nice little touch. So, but you guys, please comment down below what you think about this design. Did you know it existed before TNG? And let us know your thoughts on it in the comment section. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell icon so you don't miss when we go live or when we do edited content, because we do a lot of those, both.
Because support us on Patreon if you can monthly, or join the channel on YouTube. Press the join button. You're there with us. Part of the fleet. In the fleet video. You'll see that in this video, of course. Or PayPal. Yes, Trekyards@hotmail.com is the PayPal. Or super chatting during a live. Or super thanksing during any video on any day, on any month, on any year. Thank you in advance.
That's right. So until next time, he is Sub-Commander Cockings.
He is Grand Fleet, Diadact, Admiral, Prefect, Emperor, Captain. The third.
I like it. Ooh, I like it. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.